You didn't know where you wanted to take me. You took 45 minutes to pick a place. You done smoked all up in my face. Like, it's just giving. Hey sis, it's your girl Lady Monique, back at it again. You guys already know how it goes. If you don't, welcome to my channel. But yeah guys, today I'm mad excited because it's gonna be our very first story time, and today I'm gonna be sharing with you guys my worst date ever. All right, like I said, I'm really excited because I have a lot of juicy stories that I really want to share with you guys, and I'm not too much of a storyteller, but we're gonna see how this goes. Okay, I chose a story that is juicy enough but not too juicy because, you know, I want to see what y'all think. I had shared this story on TikTok I think 2 years ago, and everybody was asking for like a part 2, what ended up happening, you know, answers as to what happened with the guy or whatever. So I decided that I'm gonna share it with y'all, and this is gonna be our first story time. And I want you guys to know, whenever I have a robe on, I might switch up the color because this one's a little too warm. But yeah, whenever I have a robe on, cup in the hand, we got the wine going, just know that you guys are in for a good one, okay? So without further ado, here is the story of my worst date ever. First of all, I met this guy in college, right? I met him in college, and he was a year younger than me. And when I was in college, y'all, I did not really talk to anybody like that because I was the type of girl who wanted to go to school and go home. Like, I did not want to socialize. I did not want to know anybody. Like, I just didn't care to meet people. It was probably like the first week of school. He had literally just came up to me and asked for my number, and I don't think I gave it to him because I kind of saw his friends in the background like looking. But you know, I told him my name and I said, I'll see you around. Like, I was nice because he's cute, like, you know, he's cute, but I didn't know you. And again, like, school just started. Like, I'm not trying to really talk to anyone like that. So boom, whatever. Fast forward, we became friends, you know, on Instagram and on campus. I would talk to him. Just to give you a little backstory of, you know, the way our relationship was, we hung out before. He did a photo shoot and he asked me to be one of his models. I used to model like back in 2020, I think. That's when I was into like my whole modeling career. You know, we're gonna get back to it one day. Mark my words, y'all. we might. But yeah, anyways, he had asked me to do a photo shoot for him. Did a photo shoot, everything was good, you know, we were cool, and literally like he was just a friend. Fast forward, again, he was never really on no flirty type of shit with me, but I knew he liked me because he would say like little things, but it was never anything serious, and I wasn't gonna take him serious because he was younger than me and really not my type for real. He had been asking me to go on a date, like to take me out for a really long time, and that being my friend, I would always just, you know, kind of brush him off like I'm not interested or whatever. But he was really asking me often, y'all, and I think he ended up moving. I want to say he moved to ATL. I forgot where he moved, but he ended up moving. And he came back to New York for a little while. So I was like, you know what? Let me link up with him. I haven't seen him for a while. Like, what's the harm in, you know, going and get some food? You feel me? For free. Or so I thought it was going to be free. But anyways, so let's just jump right into like the night of the date, right? The night of our date comes. I think it's like a Saturday night, guys. And literally, I'm over there, I'm by my little mirror, my little vanity, I'm getting dressed, I'm putting my makeup on, like I'm feeling good. I'm pretty sure I heard from him earlier that day, you know, we were in agreement like, all right, I'm gonna meet you at 7 o'clock. Like, he was supposed to come pick me up and, you know, I'd be ready. So 7:15 rolls around, y'all, and I'm like, okay, you're supposed to be here at 7, I haven't heard from you. And me, I'm the type of person, like, if I'm not hearing from you day of, or like when it's time to go on a date or whatever, like, you're deaded. Like, I'm not talking to you, I don't care no more. Don't hit my phone. But he ended up hitting me up at probably like 7:20 and just telling me like, oh, I'm gonna be late, you know, is it okay if we link at 8 o'clock? And I'm like, that's cool, like I don't mind meeting an hour late. I'm like, whatever, because again, it's Saturday and I still wanted to go out and I wanted to go eat because I'm greedy like that. But that should have been the first red flag for me, because you have been asking to go out with me for months on months, and you're an hour late. Like, okay. Anyways, so he picks me up, guys, and I get in the car and he asks me, so where do you want to go? Where do I want to go? You've been trying to get me to go on this date with you for how long? And I get in your car and you ask me where I want to go? Mind you, y'all, we live around the same area, and I've been giving him suggestions. Like, we talked about the date, and I told him a few places like where we could go. So, you know, as a man, especially after I gave you so many options, I mean, even if I didn't, as a man, you can choose the spot. It's not that deep, it's not that serious. So I was just appalled. I was like, where do I want to go? I did give him some more options in that moment because, like, now you're about to waste my time and I'm ready to just go eat, like, boom. But he didn't really like my options, so I was like, okay, cool. So what do you want to eat? Like, where do you want to go? He didn't know. So I got in his car and we ended up going like in a parking lot that was right by my house because, you know, we wanted to look on Google Maps and see what we were both feeling and wanted to agree on something real quick. And for some reason, guys, we just couldn't come to like an agreement. And at that point, I'm just like, we can go to fucking McDonald's for all I care. Like, what are we doing here? And then he asked me, as we're in a parking lot, he asked me if I wanted to smoke. So I said no, you know, because I didn't want to smoke. We're about to go on a date and I want to smell like a lady, sir. And on top of that, why are we smoking if we don't know where to go? Like, what the hell? He is like, okay, totally disregards me and he likes his blunt. And I go outside of the car because why do I want to smell like smoke? And I just told you I'm not smoking with you. Like, you're still lighting up? Okay, cool. Do what you do. So at this point, I'm outside of the car, guys, and probably 3 minutes in, he comes out the car too to smoke his blunt. I'm like, all right, you in the car, you're out the car. Like, what are you doing here? I didn't say nothing because, you know, I'm a good sport and I'm here to see it through. And at the end of the night, at the end of the day, I didn't eat yet. So what are we doing? So boom, y'all, I kid you not, we're in that parking lot for like 45 minutes still deciding on where we want to go together. And I'm like, all right, this is what we're doing. We're going to, I picked some place probably like maybe like 25 minutes away, but at that point I really didn't care because I already had it in my head that, you know, I was gonna spend a good amount of time with this guy because, you know, he's still my friend. Like, I want to catch up and, you know, see how life's been treating him for the last few months or whatever. So boom, we finally decide that we're gonna go to a restaurant, and it was like some fusion restaurant for like Asian food mixed with Mexican kind of vibe. So it was cool. I went there with my best friend, so I knew the food was gonna be good. So boom, we finally get back in the car, y'all, and we're on our way to the restaurant. Finally, this guy is missing his exits. I kid you not, guys, he missed like 3 different exits, and it turned our 25-minute ride into like a 40-minute ride. That right there was pissing me off because y'all already know how I felt. It's like, why am I even here in the first place? Okay, like, you didn't know where you wanted to take me. You took 45 minutes to pick a place. You done smoked all up in my face. Like, it's just giving. What is it giving? What is it giving? So yeah, he done missed like 3 different exits, guys. We finally get to the place. We finally get to the parking lot, guys. Tell me why we get to the parking lot. He parks and, you know, I look around for a second. I'm like, okay, like, are we gonna get out? This man is like just silent and staring. And I'm like, so are we gonna get out the car? He goes, I'm waiting on you. Like, boy, I'm waiting on you. I've been waiting on you since before you picked me up. Okay, we're waiting on you. My God. We didn't even get to the best part of the story, guys. Like, we legit did not get to the best part. So we get to the restaurant, guys, and probably waited like 5 minutes, but it wasn't that crazy. So our waitress finally brings us to the dining area and she sits us down and we are fully seated, guys. This guy literally asks the waitress if we can switch seats. She switched our seat, but guys, the booth that he picked was like a replica of the booth that we were already in, just on the other side. Let me try to set the scene for y'all. So this is the booth that we were sitting in. We're sitting in the booth. Let me turn right here. Okay, we're sitting in the booth right here, y'all, and there's like a wall right here. It's not really a solid wall. It's like a wall with some holes, some designs. Like, you can see the other side of the restaurant like through the wall. So it was our booth, the wall, and then the booth that he made us move into for whatever odd reason. But yeah, she switched her seat and I'm like, all right, it was literally no difference. And he said, oh, that group behind us was loud. The entire restaurant, the whole restaurant was loud. Like, it's Saturday night. What do you expect? We're in a restaurant full of people. I don't even remember having like any substantial conversation with him the whole night, guys. Like, the date was just such like, like it just took me back numerous amount of times that I don't even remember our conversation. That's how unimportant it was. Like, it's just the fact that there was thing after thing after thing going on during the date that literally left me in shock. I do not know what we talked about. I cannot tell y'all any of that detail, not that y'all care. But yeah, just know that I was so in shock of his actions that I don't know, like the conversation was literally a blur, and I was probably being an asshole during a conversation anyways, because it's like, you're wasting my time. So we're ordering our food, right? And you know, we're going back and forth. I'm asking him what he wants. He doesn't know. What does he know? I'm telling him what I'm gonna get, what I'm interested in. And the waiter comes and, you know, she takes our order and he literally gets the same thing as me. And that kind of pissed me off because it's like, where's your, you know, you're not gonna get your own thing. Like, you're just gonna copy me. Why are you getting the exact same thing I got? Like, that pissed me off right there. Especially if I wanted to try your food. Like, come on. Anyways, food gets here, we're eating, we're talking, whatever. At this point, I really just wanted to go home. So, you know, I ate a little bit of my food. He ate a little bit of his too. He took like 2 bites and was saying he wasn't hungry, which also, like, me personally, y'all, I like a man with an appetite. Okay, I don't like no man who take like 2 or 3 bites of their food. You need to have an appetite dealing with me, okay? And that's just that. Like, let me know if I'm the only one who finds men who know how to eat and actually finish their plates, finish their meals attractive. Like, I don't know what it is, but boy, finish your food. Like, what? You're not getting up from the table till you finish your food. Don't get me wrong, like, you can have some leftovers, but 2 bites is giving princess. Now we really get into the good part of the story. We're done with our meal, right? The waiter comes back, we ask for the check, whatever. She brings us the check, guys. She puts it on the table, and before I can even think in my brain, before I can really even comprehend that the check is even on the table, this guy goes, I'll split it. Split what? Like, split what? Y'all, when I tell you guys, I have never ever been on no date, even to this day, with a guy who just bluntly says, I'll split it. Let's split it. You want to split it? Like, even if they do want to split, I've never had someone bluntly go, I'll split it. Like, you asked me to be here. You're as a man, if you are asking a girl for her time, if you are taking her out of the comfort of her own home to again take up some of her time, and you know, it's a date, right? You did say it was a date. Okay, cool. We're on a date. So you didn't even give me the chance to say, you want to split it? Or like pretend like I was gonna play. Like, there was none of that. Man said, I'll split it. And mind you guys, I probably had a drink that night. I probably had like 1 drink because your girl needed to loosen up after the way our night was already going. But our plates of food was probably like $20 each. Like, we did not go to some high-end expensive restaurant. We went to a restaurant that was like very affordable for whoever. So after he said that, that was probably my last straw, y'all. And when I think about it to this day, I really wish I would have gone like to the bathroom and took an Uber and took my ass home. All right, that's what I should have done. But he said he'll split it. I said, okay. Like, what am I gonna say to that? There's no argument after that. Like, I'm not mad. I'm not about to yell at you. I'm not about to go back and forth with you. Like, yo, split it. Okay, cool. You ain't never seen me again. Let's just get that straight. We split the motherfucking bill, y'all. And to put the icing on the cake, he did not want to tip. This man said, I'm not trying to tip. I'm not gonna tip. You didn't even pay for my meal, so the least you can do is throw $3 for the tip, bro. Like, what? Guys, when I tell you, I was like so mind blown. I did not expect this from this guy. This is someone who had a nice car. He wore nice clothes. yeah, he was one of them. And when it came down to it, you didn't even pay for my meal, and you did not want to throw what, $5 max for the tip. That was insane, y'all. That was insane. Like, took me out of here. Y'all already know at this point I was ready to go home. I ain't had nothing to say. The ride home, thank God, was just a little smoother, only because, you know, we actually was paying attention to the GPS and we got home faster than we got there. Thank you God. It was kind of quiet. I really didn't have anything to say after that. Literally, there was just no conversation for real. And he dropped me home, guys. I told him bye. I said bye. I don't even think like there was no thank you, there was no see you soon, there was no none of that. I'm like, all right, bye, see you, and that was it. And guys, when I tell you that date was probably 2 years ago, over 2 years ago at this point, and this man literally hits me up till this day talking about when we gonna go out again, when you gonna let me take you out again, when are you going to let me take you out again? Like, what? You barely took me out the first time. Like, what are you talking about right now? Like, why would I ever do such a thing again? Ever. The fact that you're still asking me to this very day if when, you know, when you're gonna see me again, when we're gonna go out again, and again, you failed the first time. You begged for my attention the first time and you failed. I was unimpressed. Why would I go out with you again? I don't really have a reason to maintain this relationship in any type of way. So yeah, needless to say, guys, I never seen him again and I really don't plan on it. But if you see this video, it's no beef. You know, I'm not for you, clearly, and you're just not for me. Like, and that's it. Like, don't be upset if you see this. That's all I'm gonna say, because, you know, yeah, at the end of the day, like, when he DMs me, when he tells me like I look good or whatever, I'm still answering. I still be like, thank you, heart, you know, but just know it ain't never gonna happen. Like, I'm not for you, you're not for me, and that's just what it is. Like, so yeah, guys, thank you for joining me in our very first story time. I hope this story was like good. I'm telling y'all, they get better, but we just testing the waters first and seeing what you guys think, seeing how y'all feel, seeing how the views are looking. But yeah, guys, I'm definitely gonna be telling my little stories more often because, like I said, they juicy. Like, it gets better. Keep up with me on Instagram and TikTok at Elijah Monique. Period. Make sure you like and subscribe, and you leave me a comment. Like, y'all be a little stingy, leave me a comment, all right? But whatever. Love you guys. See you next time.